Former Agriculture Minister advocating his own penalties for crop thieves. The police make another big drug bust in St. John. And in sports, the Swimming Association warns against bandwagon jumpers for the 2012 Olympics.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. This is the CBC Evening News. If former Agriculture Minister Senator Ainsley Benn had his way, Barbadians found guilty of predial larceny would face tougher penalties. Senator Benn says in addition to arresting the thieves, any vehicles used during the illegal activity would be confiscated by police. Senator Benn, who now holds a portfolio of commerce and trade, says his ministry will be doing its part. However, it is not enough anymore for perpetrators to be given a slap on the wrist by the law or for police to simply try to retrieve the stolen food crop. His comments come on the heels of Jamaica introducing this measure to combat escalating predial larceny cases there.
Predial larceny is not confined to Barbados. It is rampant throughout the CARICOM region. I know the ministers in Antigua. They had a conference a few months ago on the same matter. It is rampant in St. Lucia, and as I said, and we are battling with it here in Barbados. And while the farmers are looking for opportunity, for ways to reduce it, we in commerce and trade must play our part.
Speaking today at the Grantley Adams International Airport, Senator Benn lamented the fact that local authorities moved much too slowly in dealing with a recent case involving the stolen cucumbers from the Spring Hall land lease project. He believes someone should have been brought to justice, as it was easier to identify the guilty culprits given the fact that cucumbers were in short supply then.
I thought it was an excellent opportunity to zero in on the situation to determine who are the crop thieves, because there were very little or no cucumbers in the country at the time. Not many supermarkets, if at all, had cucumbers. And I suspect it was an excellent opportunity for the law enforcers to do a spot check at the hotels and with the various supermarkets and other retail outlets for them to determine the source of their supply, provide proof of purchase, and if they did not have any proof of purchase, an opportunity for them to indicate how they came across these cucumbers.
Barbados has struck gold by beating out 54 other countries, including the United States and the UK, at the world-famous International Egg Conference in Washington. Head of the Barbados Egg and Poultry Producers Association, Wendell Clark, says he'll soon be talking with tourism stakeholders with the hope of exploiting the award, which can mean added revenue for the island. Ron Brathwaite reports.
There are many areas still waiting to be tapped that Barbados can earn valuable revenue from. And head of the Barbados Egg and Poultry Producers Association, Wendell Clark, believes he has one. Speaking today after arriving at the Grantley Adams International Airport with the winning team trophy in hand, Mr. Clark noted that he will be pushing to host the International Egg Conference here.
My next push is, and maybe I will probably have to speak to the board that go. Then it would come back again after taste and see how good it will be exposed in Barbados. So I'm pushing, my next push is, and maybe I will probably have to speak to the Board of Tourism. My next push is to fight now to see if we can get the conference to be held in Barbados next couple of years. So it will be a benefit from it economically, from a tourism perspective.
Mr. Clark says he will be talking with the relevant tourism stakeholders about the idea.
If you can get the conference come to Barbados, which I hope it will happen, because they do a 5-year plan. This delegation sometimes carry over 400 people, delegates, along with their families and what's not. So we have a very big conference up there. Wherever it go, we have a very big conference. And people who will be here in Barbados, experiencing Barbados, may come for the conference. Then they may come back again after taste and see how good it will be exposed in Barbados.
He lauded the creators of the economic television program, which is shown on Channel 8, which he says was instrumental in their success at the competition.
The program Economics, that got a lot of points of creativity. In that played, they had the regular economics first, then the second phase was economic celebrity, which bring out all the leaders in your country, political, religious, sports, what's not. It show great interaction with your society, and that worked well for us.
Mr. Clark says this gold award has taken Barbados to the top of 54 competing countries, at least for the next year. But for now, all eyes are on this small Caribbean island to see what next we will come with. He's encouraging all sectors to get on board and maximize the economic potential of this initiative. Ron Brathwaite, CBC News.
There must be greater emphasis on technical and vocational training. This assessment from Labour Minister Dr. Tues Sep. She was speaking at the launch of the World Skills Barbados competition today. World Skills International provides an avenue to facilitate and highlight excellence in skills development that meet international competence-based standards. Dr. Tues Sep says these opportunities are even more important for young people who are leaving school disillusioned by fewer job prospects.
We are hearing more and more about young people who have gone through the mainstream education programs, and they're coming out of school and they're not finding the type of work that they might have for the past 15 years of their lives envisaged that they would be in by this time. You know, when you're young, you're so, everything is idealistic. You expect, you study up to a certain age and you come out and then the world is your oyster. You'll get a job right away in your chosen profession, and then a dose of reality hits you. And now we have so many young people who have come out with their education, tertiary education, some with master's degrees, and they're not finding that entry into that particular profession that they might have had their eyes on.
The Labour Minister says this is where technical and vocational training becomes important.
Not only for the money that it brings in, but they need to be gainfully employed. They need to be able to chart a path for themselves. And I think technical and vocational education and training is what will do that for them right now. It will allow them to chart that path, albeit perhaps not the same path that they would have charted before coming through high school, but allow them to achieve success.
Flick the switch. It's the new slogan that has captivated the residents of St. John. Switch meaning saving watts wisely in the community and households. The initiative is a project of the St. John Parish Independence Committee and is being promoted by the parish ambassadors Charlene Estwick and Shane Gibbons. The drive to encourage more energy efficiency was unveiled today at the Mount Tabor Primary School. 6 students were selected to be energy monitors in what will be a campaign targeting the 4 primary schools in that parish. Ambassador Charlene Estwick says it will remind students to conserve energy while in school and at home.
So we're asking the energy monitors to turn off lights that are not in use, whether it be full assembly, lunchtime, before they go home. Also, they're asked to turn off the taps because we know that the Barbados Water Authority is the highest user of electricity. So once we can get persons turning off the taps, that means it will take less electricity for them to pump their pumps. So we're looking to bring this new initiative not only in St. John primary schools, but we hope that it can go on to other primary schools.
Ambassador Shane Gibbons says there are many other ways that Barbadians can reduce the amount spent on electricity.
Electricity is not just a straight factor of just making sure you turn off the lights, but it's also to turn off the taps as well, right? There are also components such as when you have chargers, whether it be a laptop charger or it be a cell phone charger that just plugged in, you're not using it, and it's just you conserving electricity. Things like opening the fridge and just looking and seeing what you want. You know you want something to eat, but you're not sure, you're just going in and going out. That is also wasting electricity.
The police have made another major drug bust. This latest find occurred at Welch Village, St. John. It was just after 4 this morning when personnel from the Special Services Unit and the Anti-Gun Unit of the force, using Collins and sharp knives, made the trek through the heavily wooded terrain. 431 cannabis plants were found, ranging in height between 2 and 15 feet. The police also discovered a bulletproof vest in the area. Meanwhile, 2 people were expected to appear in court today following a search at a home in Cliff St. John yesterday. Members of the drug squad searched the residence of Ryan Andre Haid, 29, and found a small quantity of loose cannabis along with 115 cannabis plants in a bushy area ranging in height of 2 to 7 feet. Haid has been charged with illegal possession of cannabis, intent to supply, trafficking and cultivation. Maria Kim Burnett, 22 years, of Diamond Close, Eland Park, Christchurch, who was arrested at that residence, was also charged with illegal possession of cannabis.